purpose of my video is to critique and entertain. Any jokes in this video are simply jokes, and that's it. No insults of any kind. Also in the description below is the link to the target's original video. Do not go after them or attack them in any shape or form, as I will not condone it. So, the commentary on Megatrondbz. I hope this doesn't drag on. Anybody? Anybody? Gonna give me the money? Anything at all? Give me money and I'll show you the way. Wait, no! Holy... So, my target for today, Megatrondbz, a new commentator who is... well, you'll see in the video. He covered Kirby Star Warriors' top 10 worst commentaries of 2017 list. And wow, this is such a train wreck, I'm pretty sure the death count has risen to 0. Why 0? Because that's the number of good points made throughout this video. Now, let the chaos commence.
What's up, guys? This is Megatrondbz.
Oh, wow. Oh, I'm sorry, but holy crud, the text behind that tombstone is so incredibly ironic, they may as well just label that my final thoughts. Now, I'm skipping over the context he showed, but for now, all I'll say is that I recommend trying to make your intros into your video a bit less boring. But I can appreciate how it's simple and straight to the point. Your line delivery makes it sound as if you're wearing a badge that says, I really don't want to be here right now. Ironically enough, that's the badge I'm wearing right now.
Dylan, what the fuck are you doing, man?
Okay, give me a minute.
This joke kinda fails. You're doing it wrong. Okay, guess it's time to enter major nitpick land. Again. When you're expecting technical difficulties, there's supposed to be nothing more than static with some music behind it. You continuing to laugh not only drags your video out, but shows you don't understand the structure for the joke you're trying to accomplish. Again, it's a nitpick, but just thought I'd point that out.
Okay, I cannot wait to hear your reasoning for this one. Because as far as I'm concerned, there's nothing really wrong with this commentary. It's pretty damn good if you ask me. So let's hear what you have to say about it.
Okay, now there's nothing wrong with saying that you're going to want to hear Kirby Star's reasoning. Oh no, that's not my problem. No, my problem is what you say before it. There's nothing really wrong with this commentary. Yep. Uh-huh. Okay. Now tell me, why mention that? That is nothing more than simply just forcing your own opinion on the Kirby Star, and shows a problem that's going to be relevant throughout the rest of this commentary. That being your bias towards the videos Kirby Star ends up talking about. I think that given Kirby says this in the video, this makes this point even worse.
Only things to know about this list is that it's one commentary per channel, and that I'll primarily be ranking these based off how much personal distaste I have for these comms.
As he is going over what he personally dislikes in these videos. That's gonna be important for later, by the way. But now I think about it, then again, you never decided to actually show Kirby Star's criteria in the video, did you? Whoops!
You're upset because he misgendered Doodle Tones, and you're so biased that you're even willing to call her Mama Doodle.
Now, I'm not gonna pretend I didn't have my own issues with Ty's second commentary on 7th Bloody Dragon. He didn't bother to debunk any points, the video's existence as a whole was just giving Dragon the reaction he wanted, and while the overall point about how the way you present yourself in commentaries affecting one's enjoyment is a valid point, trust me, I'll get to that with later entries, Ty conveyed that point in a pretty pretentious way. But just because Ty's video is bad, that doesn't mean Dylan did a good job at criticizing it. To doing whatever mental gymnastics is necessary to think that saying the word Mama Doodles means that the person is biased, to outright taking Ty out of context to make his own point seem valid.
Believe it or not, I'm not actually upset about the sheer fact that you even dared to call Mama Doodles a he, or the accursed Doodle Diapers nickname.
Oh, but you are upset. I can tell by the tone of your voice and the fact that you're raising your voice very slowly as this video continues. I can tell that you're mad.
No. I'm actually upset about the fact that you didn't even try, man. I'm actually upset.
No, it's clear as day that Ty was angry at Dragon for the jokes he made about Doodle Tones. I mean, listen to his line delivery.
Okay, two things. First off, hooray! My #1 pet peeve in commentaries is back. Legit! Megatron, learn how to speed up. We get 1 minute and 20 seconds of footage before you start speaking again, and it does cut back to you, we barely get anything before you start to show some footage. Second, anger? Okay, so yeah, Ty's voice does seem fairly negative throughout this video, but as Kirby starts just by repeating the footage multiple times, Ty said he's upset. Upset. Which doesn't equate to anger. Saying you're upset would imply something similar to being disappointed. Which Ty was, considering Dragon didn't fulfill his expectations. I'd also like to point out the glorious irony in you of all people talking about acting. I honestly never saw this point coming, no pun intended, as you yourself play a persona of an utter jackass. Heck, you even admitted this yourself in your video on the Dark Commentator.
Anyway, getting back on topic, I've decided that for this video, I won't be using my Decepticon Degenerate persona, since the persona is based around being disrespectful to the person that you are commentating on.
What I'm trying to get across is that there's a difference between regular ordinary life Ty and Ty the meme Chipotle machine. But anyway, maybe the footage you show will prove me wrong. Enlighten me.
I'm not actually upset about the sheer fact that you even dared to call Mama Doodles a he, or the accursed Doodle Diapers nickname.
If you need more proof, Ty says this at the beginning.
Congratulations, my point still holds weight. Your example honestly isn't that good, as while Ty does sound negative, it doesn't mean he's angry. You can't always tell what emotions through the line delivery in a video, as one could easily be faking it, or have another you mistake it for. I get where you're trying to go at this point, I honestly do, but the way you're going about it is terribly poor.
Okay, you wanna know why my mood's sour? Here you go.
Well, it's nearly been a year since I made that crappy Mr. Enter commentary now. Let's celebrate by causing even more drama in the steaming pile of bull feces that is the commentary community. And what better target than Doodle Tones? Now, I'm not covering any of his commentary videos. It's the average SWAT officer that's the real problem for Doodle Diapers here. Oh, so you're gonna call a very important part of the game bullshit just because—
Oh, I can't handle all these SWAT officers. Are so easy to take down, just like those mean-spirited cyberbullies who criticize me in the comments of my videos.
Now cry for mom to change her diapers.
Yeah, it's pretty obvious that Ty was triggered by Dragon's jokes about Doodle Tones.
Oh, hey, triggered. That crazy buzzword, kill me now. But there's something else that I'd like to address. Throughout this whole entire interjection, Megatron has been blatantly missing Kirby's point. Kirby was never trying to say in the video that Ty wasn't mad. No, Kirby's actual point in the video is how Dylan was using Ty's tone of voice for why Ty was mad about the misgendering, despite Dylan cutting out the reason Ty gave for why Ty had that tone in the first place. And let's just say you were right, and Ty was being a triggered SJW. Congrats, you still haven't debunked or negated Kirby's ideas for why he didn't like the video. Welp, better get Monokuma for the execution, because you failed.
There's also going on tangents about stuff that has nothing to do with what the target is saying, thinking that criticizing the way the target presents themselves in the commentary is the same thing as demanding them to present themselves in a certain way. And here's my favorite, calling Ty an SJW for saying he'd click away from a video if it offends him.
But dude, that is exactly what SJW would do. They would watch a video, and if it triggers them, they wouldn't even finish it. You cannot tell me that that is not something that an SJW would do.
I mean, is it what an SJW would do? This argument honestly personally bugs me, as you are generalizing a whole entire group of people and trying to treat that as some holy fact passed on to you by the almighty Arceus. But it once again shows you were trying to debunk Kirby Star's feelings of your own, and boy, bias has no place in a commentary. There's a reasonable section and a bias section. Feel free to sit where you belong.
And as for you saying that Dylan called Ty an SJW, yeah, Dylan never called him an SJW, and the clip you show next disproves your whole argument.
You're telling me that if you're watching a video and at the beginning someone says something offensive that triggers you, you're gonna click off the video before actually listening to their arguments, before actually watching their video completely and giving them a chance? Tell me why you're not an SJW.
Dylan.
Dylan never said that Ty was an SJW. Dylan asked Ty to explain why he is not an SJW.
First off, superb editing. I rated it as Sonic Forces out of Generations get good. But no seriousness. Pay attention to the wording. Let me repeat what Dylan said. Tell me why you aren't an SJW. That wording may as well be calling him an SJW. It's the same thing as if he had asked, are you an SJW? Because he's making the exact comparison between them. Ironically enough, Kirby Star made a great comparison to this in your comment section. Like if somebody said, tell me why I shouldn't punch you in the face. When, yeah, that may as well be the same as threatening to hit someone. Dylan doesn't outright call him an SJW, sure, but darn is the implication heavy.
You do know that a major reason people watch videos is to enjoy themselves, right? In what realm of reality was it a bad thing to step away from something that you're not enjoying?
I don't know, maybe when you're a fucking commentator?
You know, fun fact, I decided to play Copycat for my intro card solely because of this one point alone. Allow me to play a clip from Dylan's own commentary on Kirby Star Warrior.
In what realm of reality was it a bad thing to step away from something that you're not enjoying?
Do you want me to tell you why it's bad to step away from a video that you're not enjoying? It's bad because you're a commentator.
This is the line that single-handedly put this into my material playlist, bucko. Because there's a point downright lifted from Dylan's own commentary, just with a few minor changes to the wording to make yourself more edgy. Even putting that aside, I take issue with both your and Dylan's points. See, we may be commentators, but here's a hypothetical situation. Say you find yourself watching a video and you click away from it out of displeasure. This doesn't make you obliged to hit it or criticize it. Point is, if the video is too unpleasant to watch, just leave it at that. Nobody's forcing you to cover it, you're no dog waiting for your commentary master to feed you a material bone.
For the mind-numbingly stupid points and the genuinely underhanded stuff he pulls, this commentary from Dylan is the worst one he put out this year in my eyes. And considering how this commentary exists, that's not an easy thing to be.
You know what, fuck this shit, I can't do this anymore.
Is he dead? Please tell me he's dead. He's not? I supposed to do this commentary? Frick! Okay, I'm angry. Switching avatars, I need something harsher. Okay, perfect. Ironically enough, I get an assassin to assassinate this point. Because, Megatron, what does this amount up to? Really? As a joke it fails because you've beaten this joke into the ground enough that it's lost its right to be called a running joke as showing your come on me. And as a point, this fails as it really doesn't debunk anything. More just makes you come off as petty as somebody criticizes your precious Dylan senpai. And trust me, I'll get back to that later.
So here's an idea. Somebody that you've had a crush on for months doesn't give you the attention you wanted, co-ops with somebody that you have a hate boner for, and as a result, you commentate on their video out of spite, either missing the point or trying to make up problems with the co-op. What's that? That sounds like an utterly retarded idea? Well, try telling that to Obscurian.
Why am I not surprised? Obscurian's on the list. You know, I'm a reasonable person. Let's hear what you have to say about this commentary.
2 issues. One, this is the second time you've done the let's hear what you have to say quote, which is making this honestly kind of stale. And second, well, hey, it's not like Obscurian's video was seen as poor by the majority of the community, with enough for us to be eligible for the list. Not to mention this is all based around Kirby Star's own opinion, and that's that you're debating it. Again.
Let me explain the situation clearly here, since you seem to not realize what Slayer was doing. Yeah, that was pretty much
a joke.
Fun fact, when I saw this commentary for the first time, it was what led me to decide to make this countdown. Much like I said in my minicom on it, Back to Our Roots has pretty much everything you'd expect from a terrible commentary. From not paying attention to what the other degrees are saying, even when he plays it right before his interjection, to just saying stuff about the presentation without any actual reasoning for why it's a problem.
Why this white background? Why these subtitles? Great job of confusing in the first 5 seconds. Why is this white background here? Out of the huge library of moving backgrounds you have, Doodle, you pretty much use a white background.
How is any of what Obscurian said a problem? He was just saying that the presentation wasn't as good as it usually is. I would say that that complaint is completely understandable.
You missed the point of Kirby's argument as much as Luffy misses Ace. Why am I not surprised? But no, the problem with Obscurian's sauce was that he was never explaining what made the white background a problem in the actual commentary, as the complaint didn't amount to anything rather than a complaint about why the background was different. There's also the issue of Obscurian simply falling for the bait, but details. Headquarters to Control. We have damage control.
And when he's not giving vague criticisms, he's giving criticisms that are warped in logic. Such as, YouTube allows you to put in subtitles, so it's pointless to edit in your own, even though that doesn't actually harm the video's presentation.
I don't think he was saying that it was a presentation issue. I would say that was just him saying that editing in your own subtitles is pointless, since you can do that through YouTube.
Okay, fair point. Not. Considering what you're doing is once again arguing an idea for what Kirby said. As soon as you said, I would say, anything afterwards you said became mute. And deaf. And blind. Point is, you're cancer.
Or, while he's far from the only degree in this chain to be guilty of this, acting as if using Wikipedia to get information is an inherently bad thing.
Wikipedia can be edited by just about anyone, meaning the sources can be just untrustworthy as a whole.
You do know that Wikipedia has admins that try to prevent false information from being given, right?
Yeah, but you're acting like this can't happen. Let me just give you an example to explain it for you. Say you want to know about how many people were shot and killed by police in a certain year. Would you rather go to a Wikipedia page to find your information, or would you rather go based on police records? Now, obviously, police records will be the more reliable source. It's better to have a site that is more objective, rather than a site that can be easily modified.
Still doesn't debunk the fact that Wikipedia suffers people who try their best to make sure that all the data is correct. Actually, thinking it over, couldn't the same logic you apply be thrown right back at you? See, if you say there's a possibility, what if the records are wrong? What if an officer lies in order to prevent something? I could argue Wikipedia is even more trustworthy in your example, because they can tell when a fact is wrong. While, say a police record was modified, that would probably take forever to fix. And it also doesn't debunk the point that obscurity instead the site as a whole is untrustworthy, ignoring the moderators as a whole.
Okay, that's all I'm going to be covering for that entry. Let's move on to the next.
So apparently, I indirectly caused an old commentator to be revived. Due to my minicom on Kurome Tora and the videos that came as a result of that minicom, some anime reviewer called the High World Bard decided to get back into commentaries. I don't know too much about High World Bard, or Dustin Makes Vids, as that's the channel he makes his commentaries on, but from my minimal interactions with Dustin, along with the 2 commentaries of his that I have seen...
How is Dustin's response to Doodle shitty? He explained why in his response to you, he only debunked you and not anyone else involved. And he pointed out that Doodle was making claims without providing any evidence.
This legit does nothing. This is still Kirby Star's own list. The video on Doodle Tones didn't make it. As such, he is not obliged to explain his reasoning for why. Also, I swear, if I catch you with your bias one more time in this video, I am going to slit my own wrists.
Paying attention isn't exactly a strong suit of his.
Hey, Kirby, you gonna show any proof? No? Alright then.
Shut up. Megatron. He wasn't even making a point against him. He was still at the point explaining his personal experience and feelings on Dustin, as well as his content. He didn't need to say anything. Learn to pay attention, or else he'll get his gang to beat you up, and no lie, kinda wanna join in right now to beat some sense into you.
I had a hard time deciding which commentary I viewed as worse, his commentary on the Dark Commentator or his commentary on me. And while the latter shows that he doesn't really understand fair use, or words in general, his commentary on the Dark Commentator takes this spot on the list since almost all of it is one giant straw man.
Like, seriously, you just said that you agreed with him on most of the stuff that he said, yet now you're saying that he's being lazy and that everything comes off as trash.
How was his whole video a straw man? I mean, the whole point of his video was that people should be able to edit their videos however they want to. I do not see anything wrong with what he had to say.
There's also saying that Kurome can edit the video however he wants to, as if that somehow means he can't be criticized for it.
What? No! He never said that he can't be criticized for it. He was just saying that Kurome can edit the video any way he wants. That doesn't mean that people aren't allowed to criticize him for it.
Yeah, and he said that. We're doing a calm on Dark. Trying to disprove his argument, thereby implying that it wasn't good for him to be criticized for using simply one avatar. Why didn't I name this Miss the Point the commentary? Screw it. Ending the video here. So, Megatron, I've been looking forward to covering you for some time now. There's a lot of things I could say about you, but I'll just leave it at you try too hard. You try too hard to be edgy, you try too hard to be cool, And most of all, you try too hard to be Dylan. Yeah, you thought I wouldn't get back to that? Not only was most of your arguments against Kirby's section on Dylan lifted from his video, but you also suffered through some of the same issues I had with Dylan. That being the whole making your opinion seem as fact and the holier-than-thou attitude you both can have at times. The number one difference though? Dylan is actually capable of making good points. I didn't think I'd reach a day where I'd ever have to call somebody a suck-up, but boy, it seems this way from the videos I've seen from you. My advice would be to try to be yourself instead of being someone else, and please try not to argue your own subjective opinion with opinion, as it made the video quite infuriating to watch. That being said, this is a Chaos King thing, remember? There's no fun in making sense.